So I feel like I needed to do a video this morning because something that's all up in the news is, what's that word?
Sexual assault.
It's all up in the news. And I asked my son this morning, hey, are the kids at school talking about it? And your answer is?
Yes.
But what are they saying?
They shouldn't be doing that.
But you said they said it's nasty.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, like, is that the right way to really describe it? Is it just nasty, though? Like, is it just nasty? What do you think?
No, it's not just nasty.
What is it?
It's wrong.
He's not with it. He's doing his homework. But at any rate, I just, as a survivor, I think the first time I had a conversation with Duran about sexual assault when he was like 9 or 10 years old, and I shared my experiences with him, and he didn't make you uncomfortable. It didn't make you uncomfortable. In detail. Not in too much detail. I don't think I told you the details, but I explained to him that I had been sexually assaulted twice. And it wasn't because he did any risky behavior that made me think that he might be a predator. It was because he was doing normal behavior that leads to people becoming a predator. He was making decisions for other people, forcing his opinions on other people, forcing other people pretty much to go along with what he wanted to do. And it didn't matter. And so we talked about the responsibility behind making choices for other people and why it's important to not bear that weight or not make choices for other people and to listen to other people. And I think I know that it's probably difficult for a lot of folks to have that conversation with their children. It's like, where do you start? It's all up on the news. I listen to the Breakfast Club every morning, and they say a lot of things that force me to have conversations with my kids about things that may be uncomfortable. But this topic is like heavy. It's everywhere. And it has provided me with some triggers too. So it's really been a tough couple months for me as an individual, as a survivor, but as a parental leader, I have to have these conversations now. My daughter has not asked. Duran is now 11, so that's sixth graders. They're talking about it. They're saying things, but I think the more important thing that we need to get across to our kids is that you don't want to be making decisions for other people. And if you do, understand that it is important to have a conversation with a person or to at least let them be involved in the decision. And that's in life, because if you make a decision for somebody else, it always provides a possibility that they can place blame on you. I did this because of you. This is why we say you have to make your own choices, and your own choices create consequences. And that same thing goes for sexual assault. If you make the choice, if you choose to make a decision for somebody else, they are able to blame you for that decision making because they did not make it. And that's just life. And I just think that's a good way to kind of look at everything that's going on. Look at sexual assault. Now, we had the sex talk pretty early. I did a video a long time ago. I think it was right after his 9th birthday. I caught him watching porn. So we talked about sex. So it's been easy to have conversations about just sex in general. Don't look crazy. A lot of kids do it. It's been very easy to talk about sex in general as something that's not taboo, not to be ashamed of, but to be very particular about who you choose to do it with when you decide to do it. Because I don't think that sex is a nasty thing. I just think we don't talk about it enough. It should be an enjoyable experience. And a respectful experience. So if you've had the sex talk, great. It gives you something to move forward from. But really the idea, the whole rape culture thing, the whole idea behind our children and understanding sexual assault is understanding decision making, right? That every choice has a consequence, and you don't want to be the one to make the decision for someone else. That's my 2 cents. I mean, it's advice. And I consider my advice like trash. You can take it on as treasure, and you can throw it away. It's all up to you. But hopefully it helps. Have the talk. It's important.